All right, here's our introductory series, Late Night Eats. I'm Zach. Do you ever get home from a late night of drinking and you gotta get something in you? I'm gonna teach you how to do that tonight. All right, today we're making dirty rice. Here's our star, American Wagyu ground beef, courtesy of the Meatery. Honestly, some of the best ground beef I've ever had, hands down. And if you've ever made dirty rice, you know that you need a few things. A, rice. B, a protein. C, you need the Trinity, all right? You need bell pepper, onion, celery. But on top of that, you need a few other things. Obviously, salt and pepper, that's a given. Chicken stock. And then we're gonna make a little roux. So for that, you're gonna need butter, you're gonna need flour. Let's get into it. For the bell pepper, it's very easy. You cut along the ribs. This is an essential for the Holy Trinity, all right, which is a staple of Cajun cooking. All right, you just cut along the ribs, straight down. By ribs, I mean just find the little crease and you cut along it. All right, that way you get the nasty little white part out of it. If you get a little white in it, just cut it out. It's not a big deal. I'm using about what I think I need. You know, this is a late night eat, all right? There's only 2 people, maybe 3. If you're having guests, 4. You don't need that much, all right? Bell pepper, it's a little powerful, so we're gonna keep it to a minimum, but it is essential for this dish. All right, for the celery, it's up to you. I like mine in smaller bite pieces, so I'm gonna just take the knife up the middle here, just kind of cut up and break it up a little bit, and then just chop it up. All right, so I was lucky. I found this little baby onion. You know, this is a 2 to 3 person meal, so we're just gonna give it a little chop on the sides, you know, get it ready. All right, this is an important part when you're peeling an onion. You need to get down below the first layer. All right, the first layer seems good, but it's not. Trust me, take it off. All right, just take that first layer off. Save that, use it for a stock. All right, from here, I'm just gonna do chop down the middle. I don't really do professional style chopping, so this is how I do it. Super lazy. You can do it however you want. Make sure they're all somewhat equal sized pieces, right? Listen, you want equal parts. You want equal parts onion, you want equal parts celery, you want equal parts bell pepper. And then you got the Pope here. This is the Trinity, you got the Pope, all right? All right, we're just gonna take a little bit out of this now. Get the wrappers out of here. If no one's ever showed you how to do this, I don't know what to tell you. Listen, you just take the fat part of your knife, put it down square on the garlic. Look at that, look at that. Comes right out. We're doing a blonde roux for this. The roux is totally optional. This is not necessary. This is how I grew up, having it made for me. So we're gonna put it in the pot, let it melt a little bit. You know, a roux, for people that don't know, equal parts fat and flour. All right, so for the fat, I'm using butter. Once your butter is bubbling a little bit, we're gonna put the flour in. Like I said, it's just a little bit of butter, you know, this is dealer's choice at this point. Equal parts flour, and what you're looking for is the consistency of wet sand. You know, there's not really enough in here to tell, but I mean, that's pretty close to what we're looking for, right? We started with butter. We put equal parts flour in. See how we call this a blonde right here. See the color on it? All right. We're actually starting to get pretty close to a dark roux. That's what we want. When we get that color, we're gonna take all our veggie, we're gonna throw it in. All right, we got it all in. We want to get all that roux incorporated. All right, so what we're looking for is the onions to get translucent. It depends on how thick you cut them. There's no real time on it. Literally, it's just, once the onions get a little bit clear, you're gonna dump your garlic in, like so. Once you got that in, give it a little mix. Once it's fragrant, I can smell it a little bit. All right, we're putting that big old grade A American Wagyu ground beef in, courtesy of the Meatery. All right, this is gonna release a lot of fat. All right, so you want to turn the heat down just a little bit, you know, because heat renders out, or sorry, fat renders out more when the heat is low. All right, so we're getting close. We're still working out all the fat. How are you gonna know that all of the liquid has cooked out of the beef? It sounds like boiling, and all of a sudden it's gonna sound like fried. So that's what we're waiting for. I'm hearing a little snap, crackle, and pop right now. So we're getting close. So we got our beef, we got our Trinity cooking up right now. Next thing we're gonna add, round about 1 cup of rice, and we're just gonna mix it in. And I'm gonna let it toast for just a little bit, let those fats absorb. You see how this rice is nice and toasted? It's exactly what we're looking for. It's absorbed a lot of the fat from the ground beef. This is the next step. Take a nice domestic beer that will not be identified unless you want to sponsor us. Then, you know what, we can work it out. Pour the whole beer in. It's exactly what we're looking for. It smells a little bad. Don't worry about it. It's gonna taste amazing. We're gonna pour just a little bit of homemade chicken stock. Just a little, you know, I don't measure, you know, maybe one of those. Look at that. That's exactly what we're looking for. And then on top of that, a little Cajun seasoning, you know. Nice healthy dash. Mix it in there, nice and good. Now we're literally just waiting. We're gonna turn the heat down just a little bit. And we're gonna cook it like normal rice.